Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone. And I've been busy between episodes, working on a little bit of stuff. A lot of stuff actually. Unfortunately, I don't have tons of time today specifically to record. I ended up being a little busier than I thought. But I did get a bunch of quests done, and we have now unlocked the Botania section of the quest book. So, there is that. We don't have that yet. We'll get there. So, I went through and we have all of the basic mechanism stuff. We've got the advanced mechanism stuff. We got the elite and the ultimate. I went ahead and made the deep storage unit stuff. Interestingly enough, for the interfaces, it's stuff you actually craft. Stuff that's auto-crafted doesn't seem to count. So let's claim that. Especially with the molecular assemblers here, because I've already auto-crafted a whole bunch of them, but those ones didn't count, so I had to go craft some more. I'll take a wireless booster. Take a free one. I don't think you can even see that. With this, I actually started with combining it with a reward from a previous quest we completed, because you got an empty tesseract frame. Eventually, we'll get into automating that too. This solar panel, I was looking at it and I was thinking, we should probably manually craft it, even though I set up an auto craft recipe for it, just to make sure that it counted. There's another quest down. Completed the Zavicio stuff. We've got the Zavicio hoe. Yeah, right there. Got a few things. All right. I also went ahead and crafted up the ultimate furnace. Now this thing is really great. It uses very little fuel and it'll like almost instantly smelt an entire stack of whatever. There's another one. I started on this, but you really need to have bedrockium to ingots to get the watering can, which is actually what this was about. I started going through and upping the level. I think that we've got a little something over there that we're going to use to try to speed up the process. So we're not quite done with that yet. And then over here, we'll get to the Botania stuff here in a little bit. Over here, I went ahead and built ourselves a little... Well, it just calls for 14 coke bricks, but I went ahead and created this so that we could go ahead and get the coal coke and the creosote oil. I think that's as far along for the moment that we're going to get down that path, but we got all of that. And I went ahead and made some treated wood with the creosote oil I'd already gotten. And that's it on this quest chain. Haven't messed with that. We really would... I think the plutonium recipe's been disabled. Because I know sometimes you can just straight up craft it. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can. There's a particular recipe you can use. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah. Not in this pack. You have to use a cyanide reprocessor, basically. But that's okay. Yeah. There's no conversion. Which is fine. Or you can use the transmutation table. And now, we did when I was doing all the quests that we just collected rewards for, at some point with one of them, I'm not sure which one, we unlocked Botanical Garden, which lets us do all kinds of Botania stuff, which is why we have the Petal Apothecary sitting right here. Pestle and Mortar. I'd actually had that for a while. Let's see, crafting that, and then the Lexica Botania, we've gotten like 50 million of those in different reward bags. Loot bags, actually. And then, of course, mana in a bottle, which we also got one. Okay. Alright, let's see, that one. Right. How about that one? Good. Manual detect. Black lotus or an overgrowth seed? From my understanding, the black lotus is probably the more valuable of the two. I'm just saying. So we don't accidentally click those. Mystical fertilizer. We got that. And some... I was having problems with making the pure daisy that it requires. And I didn't claim the reward because I wanted to claim it with you guys. And then, of course, the pure daisy, which is a bit of a pain to get, but I'm not entirely sure if the decay is turned off in this pack. I don't actually know. I know you can. Put that away. Alright, we'll put... That's for something else. Let's see. We'll stick that in there, and that, and that. We don't need the labels right now. We'll need to make a security terminal for that. Missed some of that. No, inventory full. Alright. Okay then. I guess we'll remove that. Mystical white flower. Got 11 lives. Alright, what all did we get in these? We've had that before. Filler. Filler. I don't know if that's anything like a floodgate. Some solar panel 3s. That'll come in handy later. Basic reward bags. Meh, plain. Already have one of those. More of those don't hurt. What did we get in the last one? I don't know. I don't know. For the moment, we'll put all this away. You know what? I might as well put all that away for the moment, too. Oh, ink sac. Epic, legendary, or greater? Let's start with the greater bags. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Epic, angry doll, creepy doll, bonus or chance cubes, and ring of magnetization and a falling belt, which neither of them we really need. Solar generators, florbs with gelid cryothium and blazing pyrotheum. Ooh. So that's a little bit of that we won't have to craft. Now, onto this encyclopedia. I was doing some research, and for one of the next quests of Botania, we actually need to make some mana spreaders. And I was looking at the recipe. Oops, too many A's. I was looking at the recipe for mana spreaders, and they've tweaked a lot of recipes to where you have to use bits from other mods. And it just tells you about that. And so one of the things you need is this arcane prism from Aura Cascade. Well, I don't really know how to get all that stuff. And so I was looking at... Oh, also we're going to need something called Promethium. And I don't believe we have any. From Metallurgy. Oh, we do have some. Alright, that's good to know. But in order to do all the stuff to make a couple of mana spreaders. And we'll save that for a later time. Actually, first let's go clear out the pigs. That's a lot of bacon. Kill you, and 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 you. I hate sheep because when you have a platform like this, they do destroy the grass. Got it. Alright. Now, put all that away, put that away. I suppose I don't really need the recipe for that anymore. I've been busy doing a fair amount of crafting. As you can see, I also went ahead and crafted up the stuff from Equivalent Exchange. Or no, I keep calling it that. Equivalent Energistics. It's the mod that ties AE2 to Project E. Anyway, I don't suppose it really matters where we do this. Anyways, let's go ahead and put these in place. And then it took several hours after I'd ended the last episode to finish those. But, what's the first recipe we're going to learn? Might not have any EMC, but we're going to know how to make it nether stars for sure. Alright. And then, obviously I'm not going to do all this on camera, but I want to take all the stuff that has EMC out of here. Let's start with one of those. And go ahead and teach it that. Because, yeah. But I do plan to go through everything that we've got. And what I want to do is take the stuff out of our storage cells that has the EMC and put it all in here. I don't know if we can break that. Can we? Oh, thank goodness we can break that. Eventually we'll want to craft another one just so we can make the tablet. But for now, I think that'll do. That's going to be so nice. And now if we just want one of that, we can just pull it out. We can pull out one of those. That is so nice. Put you in there. That is nice. Double compressed, quadruple, and compressed. Did I grab a triple? No. But anyways, I think that's all I've got time for. I know it's a bit shorter of an episode. I did start on that, but we need the cobble for the bedrockium. Because you smelt the octuple and do this with it, and then you sing a little dance and spin around a certain time, 3 times to the left, and or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed the video, even if it was a bit shorter than usual. And so, if you did enjoy... Oh, also, I got this started. We're not quite there yet. If you did enjoy, do be sure to hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed, do be sure to subscribe. And you can subscribe by clicking the little picture of my Minecraft guy's face on the screen. And you can also check out some of the other videos of mine as well. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.